Hello and welcome to all you lovely, beautiful people and to some of you new subscribers. I'm so glad that you guys are here and so glad that you guys have been patient with me. I realize that it has been a literal month since I last posted, and holy schnapskies, I didn't realize at the same time how much I needed it. I realized also in like my last video, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and post more. And then I was like, yeet. And just gone. But honestly, I definitely needed the break. It was really good to kind of not only be working, but at the same time, like on my days off, have that holiday time with my husband, who was able to have a lot more time off than normal, as most of you will know. And news to some of you newer individuals, my husband is in the Navy, so he works quite a bit, and has periods where he's just gone, which happens, but we are used to it and we love it. So when we do get time together, I really like to kind of utilize that time, especially now that I'm working full time as well, and my hours tend to kind of be the complete opposite of his. Like I work sometimes until 9 o'clock at night. So like I get home and he's just about ready for bed, and I'm like, I just want to wind down for a little while. But so it was really nice to kind of take a couple days, well, the last month, and when I had my days off, really just kind of have me and him time. And it was special and fun. And we actually, for the first time in a few years, in all honesty, we actually did like Christmas on Christmas Day, in the sense of like any time in the past that we bought each other like Christmas presents, we never have waited until the day to like open them. We've always been like, oh, it came in, I can't wait to give this to you, here, open this present I got you for Christmas. But this time around, we actually like wrapped presents, and I set up a little mini Christmas tree and everything, and set up little bits of decoration. So we actually like went for it this year, and it was a lot of fun. And he got me the art book of Frozen 2 and the art book of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and he also got me some pop vinyl collectibles. I'll show you guys if you want to see them in another video, but outside of that, like, you all know that I collect pops and I collect collectibles. So it was really exciting and really fun to see. And I got him some like fidget toys because he's a fidgeter. And I also got him a military challenge coin, which is a big thing that he collects as far as the military goes. And it's kind of like a snowflake shaped coin, so it was really cool too. And it was fun. It was just like a little back and forth that we had, of nothing crazy, but enough to just enjoy each other's company. And actually, like, I didn't have to work that day because my store was closed, so that was really nice. But anyways, let's actually fast forward to what's going on. I have decided that this year, as far as my art goals go, and it's kind of something that I had time to think about over taking my little break from social media, is that I really want to focus on starting to add a bit more background to my art pieces. Even if it's something as simple as just like a color, or like some small imagery, something to just kind of add a little bit more depth and a little bit more pop to my illustrations. And this first video of 2020 is kind of where I wanted to take off with that. And I really like didn't know exactly how I wanted to go about this, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. Don't get me wrong, I could still critique myself, because that's kind of just how we as artists tend to be and we as people tend to be. But I really love like the way the background came out. I kind of did a mixture of like a good heavy wet brush, but then also letting the watercolor on my brush dry out to give it more of that like streaky kind of background. And I really loved the way that it turned out, and it came out very light and kind of cutesy, and that's why also I ended up kind of darkening her skirt more, because I realized that like I basically did the exact same color for the background as I did for her skirt, and I was like, well, I can't do that, I need to change it up. And so that's why you'll see me kind of darken the skirt and everything. But I do really love this. I really wanted to go for kind of a muted color palette. Still really cute, but very like toned down. And it's where I'm kind of loving watercolors more and more. As you guys know, like I love Copic markers. I have never had any issues with my Copic markers. I know some people don't like them, and some people praise them even higher than I do. And I think everything as far as art supplies comes down to your own opinion and what you love to use and what you kind of find your way through using. So another goal of mine for this year is to kind of keep doing the variation of mediums and switching up and doing watercolor and then doing Copics and then doing inks, and kind of giving a continuous rotation to where I'm not just focusing on a single one. Maybe even during the challenge months coming this year, trying to focus on one of those. Obviously, like Inktober, I'm going to do only ink. So maybe this mermaid, I'll try and do only watercolor and keep it kind of like a water theme, being that it's mermaid. That sounds so cheesy, but also so fun. But yeah, I kind of just want to start growing more in my art, which, I mean, I have been growing and that hasn't really stopped, but really like adding more to my art. And the biggest thing that I've noticed for me over time is that like it really is a slow build up for me to continuously add more and more. Like I've told you guys in the past, when I've done my pinup girls, it always starts with like, I started with the face, and then I worked in like the shoulders, and then came the body, and then came the legs, and then, you know, it was just a continued slow progression. And it was like, I mean, a slow progression in that like it was a year long single edition at a time. So the progression slowly came, and it's one of those, I hit a point where like I'm kind of hitting now, where I was like, I need to just go for it and start doing full pinups. And I finally started doing like the full body style and design, even though it still challenges me, as I'm sure you guys feel the same when you're progressing in your art. And that's where for this, I want to kind of just start adding, even if I start adding a little cheesy cute stuff in the background, which I've already kind of been thinking about, just simply adding more to create more of like a full page rather than just a silhouetted illustration. I do love my silhouetted illustrations, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to start adding more background and really kind of diving in more. I also want to do some tutorials for you guys, because I know I've had people ask me that, and I'm not the best, but I will do my best for you guys to kind of show you what I do, and hopefully that will help someone or some of you. But all the same, thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved seeing this cutie being made. I realize that I have been gone for a hot minute, but it's good to be back. I will try and post on a weekly schedule. I'm trying to kind of figure out what my best way of approaching everything is, so bear with me. You guys are so appreciated, and I hope that you guys have a super fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.